What's up, guys? So yesterday, the 6-1 Giants upset the Jaguars by a score of 23-17. And yes, I say upset because the Jaguars were actually 3-point favorites in this matchup. It's crazy. And the Jaguars are actually favorites next week. I don't know why Vegas is trying to put money on the Jaguars, but here we are. The Giants improved to 6-1. And the Jags dropped to a miserable 2-5. And I'll be honest with you guys, I don't really know what to think of this team right now. I mean, this team really lacks an identity. You don't know what you're getting week in, week out with this team. Like, is the running game going to be good? Is the passing game going to be good? Is the defense going to be really good, creating turnovers? Or are we not going to be able to get to the quarterback? Like, there's nothing about this team where we can say, okay, we can rely on this being good every week, because it just flat out isn't like that. We don't know what to expect week to week, whether it's quarterback play or offensive line play. It's crazy. And I think for me, like, the most concerning thing about this team is the defense, because look, like, the Jaguars, this defense should pretty much be set. They have so much draft capital and so much money allocated to this defense. Really, on paper, the only thing this defense really needs is we are one Trayvon Walker offseason and one cornerback away from supposedly being a great defense. But right now, I don't know what's going on with the defense. I mean, first of all, we can't rush the passer right now. We're sending blitzes. We're trying to rush with 4 guys. Like, nobody these last 2 games or even 3 games are getting home to the quarterback. They stopped creating turnovers. We haven't had a turnover since the Philadelphia Eagles game. I think it was that pick 6 that Andre Sisco had. That was the last time this defense has committed a turnover. It's concerning, man. It's concerning about this defense. Look, it's not like we're letting up all that many points, but, the explosive plays are done. We're not getting any of those. We're not getting to the quarterback enough, and quarterbacks are getting way, way, way too much time. And it's crazy with this defense, because, like, this defense, it feels like it goes into every game, and they're like, okay, we are going to lock down this player and take him out of the game. And for much of the game, Saquon Barkley really wasn't a big, impactful player. I mean, they were able to stop him most of the time in a run game. But what did that come with? It came with Daniel Jones being able to rush for 107 yards and a touchdown. I mean, he was running all over us. And, just the defense, like, we're not doing a lot well right now. Like, I don't know where the linebackers are. I mean, with the Lewican and Devin Lloyd, it's like, these crossing routes, and they're all open in the middle of the field. I don't really know what happened to them. And another thing that we're doing bad is we're getting these rough in the passer calls at, like, terrible moments. Like, we can't get a rough in the passer call when it's like 1st and 10 from our own or from the other team's, like, 20-yard line. It always is, a 3rd and 15 or like a 2nd and 20, and it causes an automatic first down. And in the case of this game, the Jaguars had a rough in the passer when we got an interception. Devin Lloyd intercepted the ball, and right before that, Aluakin decides to headbutt whoever the heck, Daniel Jones, and penalty, 15 yards, and I think they only got a field goal. I don't know what they got out of it, but, we would have had the ball. It's just, I don't know, man. It's just undisciplined. The defense is frustrating. The defense has these opportunities to win the game. There's another one. Just hold the opposing team. They don't do it, and they let up a touchdown. And then the Jaguars' offense has to make the 2-minute drill, which they actually was pretty impressive this time. It got to the 1-yard line this time. Of course, couldn't win it, but. And when it comes to Mike Caldwell, like, I don't know what else he can really do as a defense coordinator, because, look, the main thing about this is when the Jaguars were getting pressure on a quarterback the first several weeks, that was causing turnovers, interceptions. Now the Jaguars are not able to get pressure on a quarterback, and Mike Caldwell, he's blitzing guys, he's bringing 4 guys, everything. But no matter if he's blitzing or if he's not blitzing anybody, they're not getting to the quarterback. And when you're not getting to the quarterback, what's going to happen? Yeah, the quarterback's going to find a guy, because this is the NFL. That's just so concerning. And the offense, It was led by Travis Etienne. Travis Etienne had a great game. 14 carries for 114 yards and 1 touchdown. But honestly, in my eyes, it all gets overshadowed. I want to sit here praising the guy, but he had a terrible fumble into the end zone. We Jaguars have our own red zone struggles because look, like they don't call the play calling as good, or Trevor Lawrence isn't throwing the ball good, and we stall out. But when you're a running back, man, like when he was carrying that ball, like it wasn't even like they punched it out or anything. They just went for the tackle and the ball just slips out of his hands. And we're starting to notice a trend with ETN in that manner where his ball security is questionable. He's got to fix that because look, he's having these monster games. And I know we just cheered James Robinson, but it's clear Travis Etienne, when it comes to an explosiveness standpoint, speed, just he's a lot better than James Robinson in that category. I know it's going to offend some people. I understand James Robinson has a lot of fans out there, but Travis Etienne is flat out him when he can hold on to the ball is better than James Robinson. And he's going to continue to be our lead back. 14 carries, 114 yards. That's fantastic. Had a really long run in this game, but man, the ball security has to be better. He has to figure that out. And I hope he does because, that can really turn a great running back into a not so great running back if they are, causing these bad turnovers. Trevor Lawrence's game, he wasn't great. He wasn't bad. I would say he was average. 22 of 43, 51% completion percentage, 310 yards passing, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 1 rushing touchdown. And I know I'm not sitting here blaming Trevor Lawrence for everything. I know a lot of people, that's like the hot take around here, but I think he was average. He missed some throws definitely, but I did think that he did a good job multiple times about being able to move the chains, making some tough throws in bad situations when it comes to, third and long situations. And, he led the team downfield at the end of the game. That's showing improvement, but at the end of the day, he probably wasn't good enough, but, he's still a work in progress, as we all know. Christian Kirk finally had another good game, 7 receptions for 96 yards. Ingram against his former team, 4 receptions, 67 yards. We had Marvin Jones with 4 receptions for 57 yards. And I don't know, I guess with this offense, I said this before, like I really love Doug Peterson's playbook. There are some plays that are really interesting and I really like, great design, but sometimes just his play calling and some of the situational stuff that he does on fourth downs, like, he's got to get better. And I really think when I look at this, like, I don't think this offense has the personnel for Doug Peterson to run it like he wants. We don't have that big tight end threat. I don't think we don't have the wide receiver that you can just throw the ball up to. I saw Pickens last night threw a back shoulder thing, made a miraculous catch. We don't have any guys that are going to make a miraculous catch. That's just the straight up fact behind it. And the Jaguars offense, it feels like they really need that. But they don't have that right now. So you have to work with what you have. And right now, Doug Peterson at times is just calling weird plays, and that has to get better. And just 4 losses in a row by 1 possession. Oh, gosh, man. It's just you get in these games, they're so close. You're sitting there, for 3 hours, you're stressing. And some of these games, we had to get relief at the end of it, but they're all ending in disappointment. You look at the other team on the other side of the field. The Giants are 6-1. I think every game of theirs, they've won by 1 possession. The Giants are 6-1 because they know how to close out games. The Jaguars do not know how to close out games. 2-5. All 5 losses by 1 possession. It's just, you got to figure out how to win. I don't care how when you lose, like you got to at least win half of those. If the last 4 losses are by 1 possession, you got to split those. You got to be 2-2. The Jaguars aren't. The Jaguars, I know we're all tired of saying it. We need to learn how to win games. I'm telling y'all, once the Jaguars learn how to win games, we're going to win a lot of games. But the question is, how do you win? Golly, I guess the last thing I want to say is, look, if you were at this game, I commend you, man, because I've been in situations like this where you go to the games and the opposing team takes over the stadium. Look, all the blue in the state, I was there last year with the 49ers. It's like the worst thing ever is when you're a Jags fan and you go there and it's like the only people that have control over the final outcome of the game are those guys on the field. I know if I went to the game, people would be saying, "Oh, did you see UCF Jaguar? You can't go to the Jags games because of this." I wasn't at the game. You guys can't blame me, But the only people that can control it are the people on the field, and it's just crazy. If they could just play better, if they could win, the Jaguars fans in the stadium would be feeling so much better. They'd be leaving. They could talk smack to Giants fans. Heck, I talked smack to Giants fans in 2018 after we won in MetLife. Dude, I was talking all that talk. This time around, the Jaguars fans just had to take it, and it was a sea of blue. They were sitting there like the Giants pumping up the crowd when the Jaguars were on offense. It's just Shad Khan, Trent Baalke, put together a winning team. I mean, my God, just we got to stop losing so much. It's pathetic. And yeah, like I said, shout out to all the Jags fans that were there. You guys are real MVPs. I commend you guys. It's it's tough. I've been there before. So, Jags fans, we are a special group of people. That's for sure. Oh man. So the Jaguars 2-5. 2-5. The season is slipping away from us. I'll still be rooting for the Jags in every game, but jeez, man, 2-5. That's what we are right now. So disappointing. But that's all I got, I think, for now. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys can, please drop the like for me. Also, guys, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, I am so close to 15,000 subscribers. Let me see what I'm at real quick. 14,998. I want to go to bed with 15,000 subscribers. So if you haven't already, subscribe, hit the red button and stuff. Go Jags.
Okay, Jacksonville Jaguars, too much for your crew to handle. Keep it lit, and this is the #1 YouTube channel by UCF Jaguar. Yeah, we about to blast off. If you've been a fan, then this is the dopest platform. Yeah, never hold